So let us start. Towards an offensive strategy. So I think our work about commons and different way of social appropriation has to be included into the whole class struggle, where balance of power give sometimes, well, I will wait because it's too much noise, give sometimes concrete results, but it's not always the same result. Sometimes it can give recuperated factory, sometimes it can give new commons, and some other times it can give new rights. So I think we are in this situation where inside this class struggle and inside this actual crisis, you have two tendencies. One tendency of the workers I am speaking is to agree on all capital proposals to save their work, and we are in the T9, there is no alternative. And the second tendencies on which we can work is that the society is governed by capitalist world, and it is no sense in an ecological and social way. The society is going to disaster, and the people tell we want to manage the society to change it. And it's on these second sentences that we may arrive to self-management or to proposal going on this way, as it has been told yesterday, on way of commoning. And I like this expression because like that, it doesn't exclude nobody. We feel more the process than the fact of this is a common or this is not, and so on. So in this way, towards commoning, worker demand on classical enterprise may be relevant for alternative projects. So I will try to enumerate them and to, in the volunteer, to build bridge between this kind of demand and the recuperate factory and the common that are built in many places around the world. So first demand that we could have in an alternative project is reduce of working time. Why is it so important? Because it leaves more time to live. It leaves more time for democracy. Normally it's less people without job, so it's less pressure on people about unemployment. So this is, for my advice, a fundamental point that we have to discuss. The second point is what is often speaking about Officine, is social security extend to labor. During all life, you have a salary. It can even concern the independent workers. They may be interested by this demand, and so I think it's a very important demand. The third point is more democracy in enterprise. What are the finality of enterprise? It's a question that, for example, in France, Fralib has a question. At the beginning, they have recuperated the factory just to save their works, and after they have made interrogation about what is the use of this society, and they have answer with social and ecological demand. So I think more democracy may arrive, even if it's not complete democracy, of course, until you have put out the capitalist way of thinking, but it can go towards something like common. And as well, inside this democracy, you have the question of self-management, that maybe it's not inside the big enterprises, you will not speak about self-management, but you can speak about economic democracy. So it might help as well to work on this subject. And what is good in economic democracy, it is that it can be used inside enterprises, but as well to change institution, even to tell that the democracy is not only a formal democracy like it is now, but the real democracy has to be as well in an economic size. Fourth point, I think, as he has told Benoit, it's a question of private property. That, for my advice, has to be changed into right to use or right for users. It is really, for my advice, a main point of a capitalistic institution. That's why we have really to overpass this question and to make a dominant right about the right of use. As somebody was telling yesterday, it has as well to see with subjectivity of workers, because I think the question of private property is even included in our head, and it's hard for any kind of workers to think that we can live without this private property. But we have to overpass this question. The fifth point, we have spoken a lot about that. It's about public services. Of course, I understand that public services now is on the side of capitalism. It has been used after the war to rebuild the society, and now that the capitalist doesn't need it like it was before, they try to make them collapse in the way that it gives a good welfare state for the people. But it is not a reason that I don't think that it is good for the public services may be good, and they are in the mind of the people that it can be something good. So I think we have to ask more democratization of these public services. More it is democratized, more it is going in a commoning process, and I think that's how we can overcome this contradiction between public services and common and. So the sixth point, we haven't spoken at all about it. It's according to the difficulty that we can have in the work with the pressure of capitalism and completely financiarization of society. There are many diseases of the workers, even suicide, and there is a lot of work now done by sociologists and even by trade unionists about the contents of labor as revendication of labor, of the workers. I think we can't avoid this characteristic because if inside the commons, the workers question why they work and what is the goal of their work. And I think when the workers inside the factory work on the meaning and the contents of their work, it's the same way of thinking than in a common process. So this 6th proposal may be a corpus going all together in the class struggle towards commoning society and avoid to divide experiments which are going in the same direction. That's all what I wanted to tell. Excuse me for my English.